Hey guys, it's Ryan. Tonight I'm going to teach you, or try to teach you, how to play Cayman Islands by the King's Convenience. It's a lovely little Norwegian duo, um, kind of like a modern incarnation of Simon and Garfunkel. So the song's called Cayman Islands. It's from, I think, their first release called Ride on an Empty Street, and it came out back in, I want to say, 2004. So it was quite a while ago, but it's one of my favorite songs, and I hope you like it too. So I am violating my own rules here by not learning something with you guys tonight, but I like this song. So first things first, it's standard tuning, and you want, that's E, A, D, E, A, D, G, B, E. You want the capo on the first fret, like I have up here, and that's it. So first things first is it's kind of tricky on your fingers if you're first starting. You really want to make sure that your wrist is angled nice and comfortably under the guitar. Make sure you're not straining too much. First chord is kind of a modified F. You want your first finger, your index finger, on the first string of, the first fret of the bass note, the sixth string. And as we go down, we want to mute the next string with the meat of our finger here. So hear how it's not making any noise. And then we want our ring finger on the third fret. Of course, these are all relative to the capo. The third fret on the D string, and then we want our middle finger on the second fret on the G string. So we have, and then we want our pinky finger on the third fret on the B string, and then open the last, the first string here, the E. So our first chord is this, and we're going to pick it out. So we start with the bass note and the second string. So it's, bass note and the most treble notes are the first and the sixth string. So it's, and then we want to pick down these middle notes. So it's these two at the most extremes, and then we go to the D string, G to the B, and then you want to end it with the D again. So just practice that a couple times, because it's a pattern that sticks the entire song, okay? And then you want to, the next chord is just a G, basically. It's a modified G. The G is normally like this, okay? So the middle finger on the third fret, and this is the only real variation here, the first finger. So instead of here on the second fret on the fifth string, we want to move it down here. So it's kind of like a D mixed with a G, so it's going to be on the G string instead. We're going to use these fingers instead here though, okay? So the next set is picked the same way, and it's just, and there's a little transition here, so this is what we have so far. A little transition into the C chord, which is our next arpeggiated chord, is going to be like this. So it's actually really easy. All you do is you take the first finger, your index finger, and you put it on the first fret of the B string, and then you leave this one up here on the root note. So it's, pluck those two together, and then you go from the fourth string to the third to the second. So it's, see, that's the second fret on the G string. So we pluck the sixth and the second together, and then the fourth to the third to the second. And then the next chord is a C without the most treble note, or the treble C. So this is normally a C like this. We want to take this finger off, okay? And then it's just same pattern. And then the last chord is kind of a modified A minor, same pattern. And at the end of this, we also have a transition to get back to our root note. And the transition goes like this. Pluck these two together. It's the same exact pattern we used on our first transition. You remember that one where it goes, except with this one, it goes. So we want to hit the fifth and the second together. The second is the second string. You're going to want your first finger on the first fret. And then we just hit on the third there. So it's hit the second and the fifth together, and then just pluck it down. And when you hit the B string that second time around, make sure it's on the third fret. So all together, this is what we have so far. Make sure you prep that hand for the next chord later when you go back to the beginning, because it is a little awkward. Here's the first transition, here's the second one coming up. So that's the meat of the song. There's only one other part. It's a little bridge part. So I'm going to show you that real quick, and then we'll be done. Quick and easy. So this is probably the most awkward part of the song here, but don't get alarmed. It's the same picking pattern, just a couple different chords, and they make your hands move in awkward positions. So the next one is a it's kind of a B mixed with like an F sharp. So basically, we want our first finger on the second fret of the sixth string. Then we want to make an octave here with our pinky finger on the D string. So you get that, okay? Then we want to take our middle finger and put it on the second fret on the G string. So this is what we have so far. And then we want to take our ring finger and put it on third fret on the B string. So we get this awkward looking D mixed with kind of like an F sharp, okay? You see, so we have the D components here mixed with an F sharp. So this is the same picking pattern here. So it just goes, oops. Then we want to go back to the very first chord we learned, okay? Which is this. And then the last two chords, or the last part that we're going to learn is just, this is what we have so far in the bridge. It goes like this, ready? And then the last chords are just this. So it's same picking pattern. We're going to pluck the bass and the treble together, the first and the sixth strings, and we're basically going to play second. You want your middle finger on the second fret on the fourth string, and then open on the third string, and then you want your ring finger on the third fret on the B string. So it's, and then the last little part here, well, not quite the last, so it goes. Just take this ring finger, take it off, and put it on the second fret right beneath your other finger. So it's. The very last two chords that we're going to learn before we go back into the verse are this one here, which is, it's just two fingers. It's you want your middle finger on the seventh fret, relative to the capo, of course, on the D string, and you want your ring finger on the you could alternatively use other fingers, but then you want your ring finger on the eighth fret on the highest string. So it's, then just take off this high note, and the next chord is the same pattern, of course, and it's just open fifth string. You want the ring finger on the seventh fret on the fourth string. You want your first finger on the fifth fret of the G string, open. Okay, so it's dissonant chord there. Get back So this is the whole song. Play it out slowly for you, just in 2 parts, okay? This is it. Here comes the bridge, ready? If this is a really awkward chord transition, so make sure you hit it. Back to the first chord, we didn't. Slide it up, nice and easy. And back to the beginning for the outro. Anyway, it's actually much easier than it seems. It's a very pretty song. It's fun to sing to. It's fun to play, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And I didn't make too much of a mess. So if you did like it and you have requests or would like to see me plow my way through another song and do great injustice to it, let me know, and I will take that into consideration if and when I do a next one. All right, I will see you guys later. Bye.